State your name, who you represent, Mayor. Pretty sure we know that already, but you'll have 2 minutes today for public testimony.
All right, I've just got a couple things I want to
You go right ahead.
organize for myself.
Okay.
Appreciate the opportunity to be here. Mr. Chair, members of the committee, I'm Lauren McLean. I serve as the mayor of Boise, and I'm in my second term. I'm here today in front of the legislature for the first time in my official capacity to oppose HB 561 because it restricts cities and our authority to fly flags in alignment with community values. Last year, when HB 96 passed, the city of Boise did what all government entities do. When law changes, we looked at where we were out of compliance with the new laws and we made adjustments as necessary. The flags that hang outside of City Hall today have been and remain in compliance with Idaho law. During the course of the legislative session last year and in the months that followed, it became clear that the bill presented wasn't just designed to remove local control over yet another thing. It was designed to prevent one city from flying one flag. And it's no secret that the bill in front of us here today is designed to punish Boise and Boiseans for lawfully flying the pride flag, something we've been doing for over a decade. And it punishes us at the cost of every city and county's rights. As Boiseans, we are fiercely committed to being a safe and welcoming city, and we have a long history of standing up and for and with each other. That includes everyone, our LGBTQ friends, family, neighbors, business owners, and community leaders. Nearly every day, Boiseans have approached me to tell me how much they appreciate that the city shows care for all people, thanking me on behalf of the city and our city council for standing up for them, their kids, families, friends, and all that call Boise home, in a time where government bodies seek to bring in laws that harm, forget, and exclude certain communities. My opposition to this bill is my elected duty. People of all kinds will always live somewhere, and they do live in Boise, and we welcome them. Many of the folks here in this room that I know are here year after year to stand up for the rights of our community. It's not easy, and I'm honored to stand with them. As mayor of Boise, I'll continue to do what I've always done, what I've been elected to do, stand up for all Boiseans, proudly proclaiming and celebrating our values and working hand in hand with our community to create a city where everyone is safe and welcome and able to thrive.
Mayor, your time's expired, so I'll need you to wrap it up.
Yep, thank you. Because of this, the city stands in opposition to 561. I respectfully ask this committee to respect the city's autonomy and vote no to hold the bill in committee. Thanks for your time. Ready to answer any questions. As you mentioned, our pro bono legal counsel, Eric Stidham, is here with prepared remarks and to answer questions as well.
Perfect, thank you. Representative Skog has a question for you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Mayor, thank you for coming in here today. I appreciate that very much. How many Boise City flags do you have that are officially Boise City flags right now?
Mayor?
Mr. Chairman, Representative, we have 3 flags that are official city flags and took steps in compliance with the last year's law to raise the Basque flag on the occasion of High Aldi.
Follow up?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a couple follow-ups. What are those flags, if you could describe those to me?
Sure.
Mayor McLean.
Mr. Chairman, the City of Boise flag, which interestingly has changed over the years. You'll see different versions of it, different colors, et cetera, some with fringe, some without. The Donate Life flag, the Pride flag, and then we flew by proclamation the Ikadina. I try to say it correctly. I never really get the R's last summer.
Follow up?
Yes, what does the pride flags symbolize? I think I know some of it, the LGBTQ, if I'm correct, and then tell me what each of those letters stand for, if you would.
Sure,
Mayor
Mr. Chairman. The Pride flag, we have flown for over a decade as a symbol of being a welcoming and safe city for everyone. The flag is seen as a representation of our city's values and a statement that you can welcome all, respect all, acknowledge everyone without limiting the rights of anyone.
Follow up?
Yes, follow-up. I didn't answer my question, Madam Mayor. What does the L stand for, the B, the G? Tell me what those letters are. I don't know all of them.
Oh,
What
sure.
they-
Mayor McLean.
Which letters would you like me, Mr. Chairman?
And there's a plus also on there. I don't know what all that means. So the first one is lesbian, and if I'm correct, what do the others stand for? And what do they mean?
LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and queer.
Any further questions? Representative Scott.
Isn't there a plus on that?
Some folks do include a plus. In my comments, I did not include a plus. So
Follow-up.
Follow-up.
Last follow-up. I apologize, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Madam Mayor, what does the trans mean? What is that?
Mayor McLean.
Mr. Chairman, I'm here to talk about a flag, and I want to be clear that the pride flag is an expression of welcoming all people. And it is my job to ensure that we see and welcome everybody in our community, including folks that identify as trans. And I am honored to stand with them and for them, and very concerned about the attacks on that community and the characterizations of them because of the impacts that it has on members in our community.
Representative Nicholson.
Mayor McLean and Mr. Chairman, I guess I was wondering if you could speak a little bit to how hard it becomes or if it impacts employers in the Boise area if they view that we have a hostile environment towards any group of people, whether it be the one that you guys were just discussing, or Hispanics or Basques or any of those kind of things. How does that affect, and you have a major employer here, I believe, within Boise city limits. How does that start affecting the businesses within your community? If you could just speak to that for just a second.
Mayor McLean.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, Representative, we have quite a few major employers in our city, including universities, hospitals, tech companies, many private businesses, lumber companies. I hear from many CEOs and executives that being a safe and welcoming community, being Boise with its vibrancy and diversity, is key in not just attracting, but retaining those folks that they hire.
Any further questions for the mayor? Representative Alfieri.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Mayor, thank you for coming to testify. I appreciate it. I'm a member of a religious minority. I'm a Roman Catholic, and actually even more narrow minority than that. I'm a Tridentine Roman Catholic, traditional Latin Mass.
Oh, wow.
I'm wondering why the city is not flying the flag of the priestly fraternity of St. Peter or a Vatican flag to welcome me to the community.
Mayor McLean.
Mr. Chairman, Representative, I too am Catholic, proud Notre Dame grad. This flag does not take away the rights or recognition of others. No group is excluded, and every resident has equal standing in our city. The flag that we have flown in expression of the values is a signal of that we are a safe and welcoming place for all.
Follow up?
Follow-up.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. But why single out one group over another?
I don't think, I'm so sorry,
Nope.
Mr. Chairman.
You're fine. This just kind of keeps the emotions
I know
down
it does. I
when we
mean,
go
I
through
got
the
to do
chair.
that too, right? When I
That's-
oversee a city council meeting and then people get flustered in the same way.
It's okay.
Mr. Chairman, Representative, I believe that making a marginalized group feel welcome is not a zero-sum game. It does not shrink the pie.
Follow-up.
Thank you. So my understanding is Roman Catholicism is a very small minority in this area. Again, why not recognize them as well?
Mayor McLean.
Mr. Chairman, I've been elected to represent the values of the city of Boise, and that is to be a safe and welcoming city, and we use this flag to symbolize that. I can't make a comment as to the percentage of folks that identify as Catholic.
Any further questions? Mayor, I got a couple questions for you. As we try to craft policy for the state, I understand sometimes that we step on the toes. That might be a kind way to say that from our perspective, but we step on the toes of local governments. How do we deal with the fact, though, if a city wants to fly a flag that's offensive? And I'm not necessarily talking your city, but let's talk a city far away from the Treasure Valley. They decide to fly a flag that contradicts Idaho's values and one that would make you frustrated or upset as an Idahoan. How do we deal with that when we're establishing policy statewide?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I am here to ask you to hold this bill in committee, not to tell you how to do your job, respectfully. I am elected to serve the city of Boise. It's truly an honor to serve as mayor. It's my job to then make those decisions on values and statements and how we ensure that folks know they're welcome in our city. It's not my job to tell other cities how to do their job.
Fair enough. Representative Church.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Madam Mayor. Thank you for being here today. This bill certainly has, as part of it, the flag that's flown at City Council. I'd be remiss, probably a lot of us in here over the weekend, the Olympics and the Super Bowl were watching it like, except no, not that flag. That flag would be banned. That flag would be banned. So I'm wondering, as the mayor of a large city, are there other, flags, banners, light pole decorations that you see being banned by this that would disrupt community?
Sure.
Mayor McLean, would you ban the Patriots flag or the Seahawks flag? I think that's where she was headed with that. Go ahead.
I like to say I only have room for 2 sports teams in my head, and that's the Broncos of Boise State and the Irish of Notre Dame.
All right.
Everybody
Fair enough.
else is.
So when they
just
played
extra.
this year, that was tough for you, I'm sure.
It was so much fun, but it was very tough.
Okay.
I did wear blue and cheer for the Broncos, and there's photo evidence of that. Mr. Chairman, Representative Church, I've been thinking a little bit about that. I mean, I love driving through Cascade and seeing all those grads, and you do the same through so many Idaho communities. But as I think about what that means for Boise, this weekend I was thinking about the Olympics because we watched them, so proud of our victor athlete. And that's a flag that, let's say Sammy Smith wins the gold and I want to celebrate her when she comes back. Boise High grad, graduated with my son. That's questionable. Of course, we will have to review the law and determine how we're in compliance with the law. But as I look at it and as the conversation has been held about this collateral damage, I think about Kaisho Corner, a park that we opened just before Hialdi. Next year is the 90th anniversary of the bombing of Guernica. Guernica is our sister city. If I were to choose to raise funds for a flagpole to honor that city, its deep history, and to acknowledge the people that live here because of what happened there, that is questionable. Any other steps that we might take to celebrate farmers markets, all those nice little banners that you've got in front not banners, flags that you've got in front of the Capitol that are part of city, all of that we'll have to look at as you all are asking questions. But I think about the Bass flag, the Guernica flag, sports games, Boise High plays Bora. They both want to hang their different bees. Not sure about that. As well as even now we have a soccer stadium in Ada County that's on county land. We'd have to determine, is that possible to fly the AC Boise flag at the stadium that's being built because it's on county land?
Any further questions? Representative Crane, 12.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mayor, for being here. I wrote down a couple of notes as you were talking, and I want to make sure I get this right. Were you stating that you're trying to be inclusive and make sure that no one is excluded?
Mayor McLean.
Mr. Chairman, I was saying that in flying this flag, we're sending a message, excuse me, that Boise is a safe and welcoming city for everyone, and I don't believe that recognition is a zero-sum game.
Follow.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mayor. So in that statement, do you believe that you have heterosexual people living in the city of Boise?
Mayor McLean.
Mr. Chairman, I know that we have all kinds of people living in the city of Boise and believe that nobody loses rights or welcome when others are recognized.
Follow up.
Follow up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mayor. Is there a flag for heterosexual couples?
Mayor McLean.
Mr. Chairman, Representative, I am here to speak to the flags that the city of Boise flies and the flags, and we've chosen these flags because of the values of the city of Boise.
Okay. Follow up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mayor. So I'm just trying to understand and square your statements here. If you are tasked with leading a city, and by your statements, you're saying you're trying to be inclusive and everyone's welcome. If you are marginalizing a group of people that are heterosexual by not flying a flag, whether they have a flag or not, I have no idea. I don't think you're exactly nailing that if they are left out as well. And so I'm trying to understand your statements of being inclusive, but there seems to be a group that is offended or left out in your inclusivity.
Mr. Chairman, Representative, I believe that every neighbor, every citizen is welcome, has the same respect in our city hall and throughout our city. I'm recognizing a group that has been marginalized with a statement that everyone is welcome does not take away recognition of others.
Representative Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Mayor. I'm curious if you're willing to break a law if you don't agree with it.
Mayor McLean.
Mr. Chairman, it's my job as mayor, when the legislature passes laws, to review that with legal counsel and ensure we're in compliance.
Thank you.
Any further questions for the mayor? Mayor, here's something I'm struggling with. So, because we're trying to craft policy here, and we live with unintended consequences when we do pass policy. So how do you deal with someone if a city wants to fly a pro-Israeli flag, or another city wants to fly a Nazi flag? And they say, well, that just reflects the values of our community. How do we as policymakers wrestle with that? And how do you work through that from a city perspective?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I would disagree with that hypothesis, the example given, because the Nazi flag is an anti-Semitic flag that was a flag of a country that killed millions of people.
Yes.
The flag that we have chosen to fly as a city to represent our values is one that welcomes all, and says clearly that we see, hear, and want people that call Boise home to feel as if they are welcome.
Okay. Representative Hawes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Madam Mayor, for being with us this morning. Given the decision that the city of Boise made when it sort of analyzed the last flag bill and decided to move through the city council process and designate these other flags, what was the response of your constituents to that decision? And I'm just wondering if you can speak to that, because I'm thinking about local government and what your citizens told you after the council made that decision.
Mayor McLean.
Sure, Mr. Chairman, Representative. A couple of things I want to use to address that question. The night of the hearing, when the council did take action, so the council took action last April after this bill became law, and we had quite a few people there. Of course, not everyone disagrees. The majority of folks were there supporting the steps that we take. But what I want to point to is since that time, the city has had elections, and the council members that voted to establish this as a flag were reelected.
Any further questions for the mayor? Mayor, I know this hasn't been easy, but I appreciate you coming into the committee and answering questions of the committee, since the spotlight's kind of been focused on the city of Boise.
Oh, has it?
If you didn't know that, Mayor,
I mean, I think you
would
guys
be
said it wasn't
surprised.
about Boise.
Mr. Chairman.
Representative Ponca.
Question for the mayor.
Certainly.
Mr. Chairman and Mayor, and thank you for being here, but just a quick question. Does the city of Boise have a flag policy?
Mayor?
Does the city of Boise have a flag policy? The council has taken action to establish flags, and in the past, mayors have chosen to, raise flags as they deemed appropriate. So, Mr. Chairman, perhaps to answer the question, policy by action.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions? Thank you, Mayor, for being here.
Thank you.